Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be going over the 12 laws of karma that you need to know. All right, so I know you all heard of karma, the word karma, but if you don't know specifically what karma is basically the law of one's own actions, thoughts, and feelings coming back to them. All right, so whatever you're putting out into the universe, whatever thoughts, whatever energy, whatever specific actions you're putting out into the universe, you get that back, be it good or bad. So there's good karma and there's bad karma. We always, most of the time we always associate karma with something bad. Karma could be a good thing as well. You can accumulate good karma while you're on this planet. You can also accumulate bad karma while you're on this planet. All right, so in this video, I'm going to be going over the 12 laws of karma that you need to know. All right, so let's not waste any time and let's go ahead and get started. Spiritual class is in session. So you might not be able to read all this. I tried to fit all this on the board, but if not, I'll be able to read it out loud to you all. All right, so the first law we got, whatever energy and thoughts you put out to the universe, you get back, be it good or bad. And this is considered the great law. So I had mentioned in the intro, there's good karma and then there's bad karma. Or whatever you put out into the world, whatever you put out into the universe, be it good or bad, that's what's going to come back to you. All right, think of a boomerang. When you are, you have that boomerang of good thoughts, good actions, good feelings, etc., etc., and you throw that boomerang out into the world, it can come back to you, and you can have more positivity. It can bring forth more positivity into your life. If you have that bad boomerang, that boomerang filled with negative thoughts, lust, anger, hatred, envious, anxiety, depression, all the above, when you throw that boomerang out into the world and that boomerang comes back to you, you start to have more anxiety. You start to have more of those feelings and those actions that you're putting out to the world, and it starts to come back to you. All right, so whatever you put out into the universe, whatever you put out into the world, it comes back to you tenfold. All right, what you reap is what you sow. All right. So the second law, life won't just happen to you. You need to take action. This is the law of creation. Now, most people, they tell themselves, or they say to themselves, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to manifest this, I'm going to manifest that. And they don't put forth any type of action behind those thoughts, behind those words that they're saying to themselves. All right, life is just not going to happen for you. Life is just not going to happen to you if you don't get up and do something about it. All right, you need to have, the thoughts. You need to have, that mindset to where you can, you can achieve this, you can achieve that. Have that action plan. Have that mind, have that blueprint, that success blueprint. Whatever you're trying to do in life in your mind, you need to bring it out. You need to bring it out into reality. And when you bring that back into reality, when you bring that out into reality, that's when you start performing the right actions. You start taking the necessary steps in order to complete that goal, in order to complete that mission, whatever you're trying to do. All right, so we all have a thought. We all have a thought. All right, whatever we're trying to manifest, whatever we're trying to do, whatever we're trying to accomplish, we have that in the back of our mind. And it's up to us to bring that action out into reality. All right, it all starts with a thought. With the creation of the cell phone, let's say, for instance, the creation of the cell phone, the creation of the first iPhone with Steve Jobs, it all started off with a thought, all right? And that thought manifested onto a sheet. He drew the outline, he drew the picture of the phone and everything. And then it became a 3D object, a 3D physical object. All right, so that's how it all starts. It all starts in the mind, and then we bring our thoughts out into reality. So life is just not going to happen for you. Your goals, your ambitions, your dreams, it's not going to happen if you are just sitting there, wishing and hoping and praying and things like that. You need to put forth the action to make it happen, to make it to reality, to make it real. So the third law, your current situation is a result of your past actions. And this is the law of humility. So let's say you are going through tough times. You are going through, trials and tribulations. You are, in a state of, depression or anxiety. You feel like your life is in turmoil and chaos and things like that. take the time to think and reflect back on the type of decisions you made in the past. All right, those decisions that you made in the past could override into what you're feeling and what you're doing right now in the present moment. All right, so from now on, you need to take action to take forth into changing the decisions that you're making in your life. Always, better yourself, develop yourself overall, and try to make better decisions in your life. Always try to make better decisions. What's the best decision for me? Not the easy way out. Not the fastest way on how to make money, or the fastest way on how to gain fame and popularity and things like that. Even though these decisions that we're making right now that we think are best for us are hard, and it takes time and things like that, the things that are not necessarily makes us feel good, or the things that don't satisfy us right away, they tend to be the best decisions that we'll ever make in our lives. All right, so always, take the time to make the best decisions, to always, whatever you're doing, whatever you're interacting with, whatever, the people you're interacting with, the things that you're doing in your life, always make the best decisions so you can have that positive outcome in your life for, from years to come. So the fourth law, control yourself, not others. Focus on your personal growth, as real change starts with you. And this is the law of growth. Now, we are the only ones that can control ourselves. We can't control anybody else. If we're trying to help somebody out and they don't want to listen, or they don't want to change right away, we're all on different paths. We're all on different journeys together. So we can't control others. We can help people out. We can try to wake people up. We can try to, change the person's mindset, plant seeds and this, that, and the third. But everybody's journey is different. Everybody's journey is not the same. So we have to, give that person some space and to allow them to, develop themselves by themselves. All right, because we can only control ourselves. We can't control other people. All right, most people, they might not wake up in this lifetime. They might not grow and develop in this lifetime. Most people don't even care. All right, so you have to worry about yourself. You have to worry about your own personal growth. You have to worry about your own journey. You have to worry about your own success in life journey. All right, so you can't control everybody. So always focus on yourself. Always focus on your own personal growth. So the fifth law, whatever happens in your life is because of you. You are the choices you make. And this is the law of responsibility. So there may be times, different people, they might blame their choices and their state of mind on external things, on other people, on other, things within the world. All right, but you are the only one that control yourself. You are the one making your own responsibilities. You might blame, your upbringing. You might blame your parents. You might blame your teachers. You might blame, different things outside of yourself. But you're the one that makes your decisions for you. You're the one that control yourself. You are the one who dictates your reality. All right, so we can't be blaming other people, blaming other external circumstances. We can't be blaming, the news and, all these other different things, even though they play a part. Ultimately, you are the one that dictates your life. So always, take accountability for yourself. Don't blame any other external circumstances, external influences and things like that. You are the one that dictates your actions, thoughts, and feelings. All right, so always remember that, guys. All right, so now we got the sixth law. Your past, present, and future are all connected. And this is the law of connection. So we all might believe that the past, the present, and the future are separate. They are not the same. They are not in alignment. But in actuality, when you think about it in the grand scheme of things, the past, the present, and the future are all in one. They are all connected. All right. Time is an illusion. Time is not real. All right. So your past decisions dictate your present outcomes, and your present decisions dictate your future outcomes. All right. So when we're always, holding on to the past and, dreading the past, if we're thinking about the future, we are going to be unhappy in our lives. We're always thinking about our past, our past decisions, or, I should have done this, I should have done that. If I had done this, the outcome would have been a whole lot different. And we're dreading about the future, like, oh, I hadn't paid my bill, I hadn't paid any of my bills, or I'm late on these certain payments, and what is gonna happen, and this, that, and the third. Our minds start to begin racing, and we don't know what to do. When we are in a state of panic, we are in a state of shock. But once we align ourselves and take the time to, take a step back and to breathe and to calm down and to, have a present mind, have a present soul, we start to become more happy in our lives. We start to think more clearly. When we have a whole bunch of things racing in our minds, we can't think clearly. We can't think straight. But once we become in tune with our higher self, and we become more aligned and become more present in our lives, we start to think more clearly. We start to have, a logical thinking mind, a logical creative mind. All right. So the present, the past, the present, and the future are all connected. So the seventh law, focus on one thing at a time. And this is the law of focus. Now I touched on this a little bit on the sixth law, where your past, your present, your future are all connected. So when we are, we have a whole bunch of things. We have a whole bunch of, tasks, objectives, assignments that we need to do. And we don't know how to, organize ourselves and things of that nature. We tend to become discombobulated. We tend to become unorganized. We tend to become, clutter-minded. We have a whole bunch of clutter in our minds. But it's important for us to stay organized and to be organized and to organize ourselves. So come up with a list. If you have, certain things that you need to do on a day-to-day basis, every single day, write down your goals, write down your objectives, and to focus on that specific thing that you're doing in that present moment. All right, well, let's say, for instance, you have a list and you need to go to the store, or if you need to work on a specific project and you need to, do other certain tasks. Focus on that first task that you have on your list. And once you are done with that specific task, go down the list, go down the row. All right, just focus on that one specific thing that you need to do. Don't worry about, all the things that you got to do on a specific day. Then you start to, become more anxious and, start being more fast paced and things like that. Just focus on one specific thing that you need to do, and your life will be better. All right. So the eighth law, give to the things you believe in from your heart. This is the law of giving and hospitality. So when we start resonating with ourselves through our heart chakra, we start utilizing love. We start utilizing, what's in our heart. That's why we need to work on ourselves. If we, don't work from the heart space, we don't work from the heart chakra, we are out of balance. We are out of alignment with ourselves. Right? So we need to always, show love and to show appreciation, to show gratitude, speak our minds through our heart. All right. So once your mind and your heart are aligned, you start being on that God frequency. You start, being on that level of where God is. Not to say that you are, on the same level of God is, but you start to, be more appreciative, and you start to, showcase who you truly are, which is a perfect spiritual divine being out of love and appreciation. So always speak your mind, speak from your heart, and to always show love and appreciation for yourself. Show love to yourself and to show love to the whole world. All right. Activate that heart chakra and to utilize what's in your heart. Always work from the heart space. So the ninth law, living in the present is the only way to be truly happy. The law of here and now. So I stated this, back in the present, past, present, and future. When we are in the present moment, we tend to become more happy in our lives. We don't become, thinking about other things, thinking about certain things in our lives. We're always in alignment. We're always in the present moment, and we have a clear mind and a present mind and a present heart. Right, so always, always stay in the present moment. Always be in the present moment. Don't be thinking about the past. Don't be thinking about the future, because they're all in alignment. You can't control the past. You can't go back in the past, and you can't jump forth into the future. So always stay in the present moment. Whatever you're doing in life, don't be, having all these thoughts, lingering in your mind. Whatever specific goal and task that you are doing in your day-to-day life, focus on that. Focus on what you're doing right now, and don't think about other things that you can't control, or the things that have been left in the past, or the things that have not been yet to come. So always stay in the present moment and be in the present moment. So the 10th law, history repeats itself unless you learn your lessons and change your life. This is the law of change. Now, our lives cannot change. Our lives cannot, become positive and become impactful if we don't learn from our mistakes. And if we don't learn from our mistakes, we can't make the right decisions in life to make a prosperous, positive change in our lives. All right, so we always need to make the right decisions. We always need to change. Most people don't want to change. They don't want to change. They don't want to make certain decisions. They don't want to, change their mindset, change their perception on life. Whatever people tell them, whatever, advice that people give them, they might listen in that moment, but then they start to drift off and wander off and, do the same things over and over and over again. And they wonder why their life is in turmoil, their life is in chaos. All right, so we need to take the action to change our mindset, to change our perception, to always grow every single day. Make the right decisions in life, make the right choices in life, and that's when we'll see our life transform for the better. So always be willing to change. You cannot stay the same. The world is always changing. From the look at the world timeline from the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and so on and so on. Life is always changing. People are always changing. Everything around you is always changing. So you need to change with the times. All right. So always be changing, always be growing, and always be developing yourself. And you will see positive outcomes relaying in your life. So the 11th law, success requires patience. Consistency will get you the rewards for your efforts. And this is the law of patience and reward. So we're always, looking for the next dopamine rush. We're always looking for the next stimulus. We're always looking for the next quick fix. And we don't know how to be patient with ourselves. All right. It takes time for our manifestations, for our hard work and things like that to unfold in our lives, because God's timing and your timing are two totally different times. Always got to remember that, guys. Our time and God's time are two totally different times. And once you understand this, once you realize this, you start to, understand that it takes time. It takes patience. It takes, a certain amount of dedication and hard work to fulfill the things that you need to do. All right. Once you start, fulfilling your purpose, fulfilling your mission, fulfilling your goals, especially if you're doing something that you love, you don't mind being patient. You don't mind waiting, right? Because you're in that zone, you're in that moment, you're in that flow state. You're doing the things that you love to do, and you don't mind waiting on that reward that's coming forth to you in your life. All right. So always learn to be patient, guys. Patience is key. All right. The action of being patient is key. So we always need to be patient whatever we're doing. And once we have that patience, and once we start putting in the work, having those ideas in our minds and bring them forth into reality, and moving and going and doing, then the rewards will come into fruition. So always need to be patient, guys. Patience is key. And then last but not least, the 12th law, be it big or small, every contribution you make influences the universe. And this is the law of significance, inspiration. So whatever it is, guys, whatever it is, be it big or small, giving money to the homeless, inspiring people, teaching people, helping people, being of service to others, whatever you're doing in life, be it big or small, on a small scale, big scale, everything influences the universe. Every positive thing you are doing influences the universe. So that all the positive things, all the positive decisions, actions, feelings, and all these different things, all these positive things that you're putting forth out into the world, into the universe, you start to attract more positivity in your life. You start attracting more opportunities, and meeting the right people, and all these different things, all these positive things, all these synchronicities, all these messages from the universe and from God. always starts to come into your life and you don't even expect it. All right, so always be in alignment with your true self. Always, be a more positive person, putting more positivity out into the world, just spreading more love and just being who you are. And that's a perfect divine being. So whatever it is, whatever contributions you're making out into the world, it's going to come back to you tenfold. All right, so always be in alignment, always be positive, make the right decisions, make the most positive decisions, be an inspiration to somebody. All right, help a brother out, help a sister out, help other people out if you can. All right, because that's going to come back to you, and God sees your work. God sees your positive actions, your positive mindsets, the things that you're putting out into the world, being a more positive person. God sees that. Don't think that God doesn't see it. Don't think that God is, leading you astray, or, not helping you, or not seeing your good works and good actions, because he sees you. All right, so always make positive decisions in your life and always be a positive person. All right, so let's recap today's video, guys. This is the 12 laws of karma that you need to know. So the first law, whatever energy and thoughts you put out to the universe, you get back, be it good or bad. And this is the great law. Life won't just happen to you. You need to take action. And this is the law of creation. Your current situation is a result of your past actions. And this is the law of humility. Control yourself, not others, on your personal growth, as real change starts with you. And this is the law of growth. Whatever happens in your life is because of you. You are the choices you make. And this is the law of responsibility. Your past, present, and future are all connected. This is the law of connection. Focus on one thing at a time. Law of focus. Give to the things you believe in from your heart. This is the law of giving and hospitality. Living in the present is the only way to be truly happy. This is the law of here and now. History repeats itself unless you learn from your lessons and change your life. This is the law of change. Success requires patience. Consistency will get you the rewards of your efforts. This is the law of patience and reward. And be it big or small, every contribution you make influences the universe. This is the law of significance and inspiration. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hopefully this video will be able to plant seeds in your mind, to help you out, to think more broad and bigger on how you approach life. The decisions that you make, the thoughts that you have in your head, how you treat people, how you treat your fellow neighbor and things like that. Hopefully it changes your perception and your outlook on life and what you need to be doing in this world. All right, so always be an example for others, be an inspiration to some people, always give back to help people in every which way, and you'll accumulate that good karma. All right, so till next time, and always remember, all power resides from within, and always keep the faith, because God and the universe is always working for you. Take care, guys. God bless.